Mind precedes all mental states. Mind is their chief. They are all mind-wrought. If with an impure mind a person speaks or acts, suffering follows him like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. The Dhammapada is a collection of the Buddha's teachings in verse form, and is widely considered to be one of the most esteemed texts in all of Buddhism. It is remarkable that the excerpt in the opening appears in the very first line of the Dhammapada, and this is likely because what is being referred to in the quote, the human mind, is given such importance in Buddhism that it can rightly be considered the very essence of Buddhist thought. The excerpt also offers an explanation of the cause of suffering, and though there are undoubtedly many external factors in life that can cause us to suffer, it is also true that the real source of suffering is much closer to home, in the mind itself.
From the Buddhist perspective, the mind is what makes every kind of awareness possible. Our awareness is the product of a complex interplay between mind and body, which is called the Five Aggregates, in which the body, sensation, memory, thought, and emotion must each play their part.
Together, the five aggregates make human life possible. The body is comprised of many organs, including the sensory organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin, which relay information from the outside world to the nervous system.
Sensation is the function of becoming fully aware of objects perceived by the way of the sensory organs and also by way of the mind itself. For example, light rays reflect from objects and enter the eyes via the cornea, falling on light-sensitive cells at the retina. The nerves of the optic system then convert the light signals into an image.
An image produced by the process of visual sensation does not yet have any meaning. Only when the nervous system relays this signal to the part of the brain responsible for storing memories, the image interpreted to determine what kind of object it represents and what kind of context the object is in. For example, you may see an image that the brain recognizes as a big black dog standing in an alleyway about 20 meters in front of you. This is a function of memory.
Thought or mental formation. When the memory system is able to determine what kind of object an image represents, the brain computes the data and attempts to determine its meaning. The image of the big black dog standing in an alleyway about 20 meters in front of you can be interpreted in different ways. If the dog is a stray and it barks violently at you, then the image would be associated with danger and aggression. But if the dog is collared and is happily wagging its tail, then the image would be recognized as familiar and associated with cuteness. This is the basic process of thought or mental formation.
Emotion. If an image is associated with danger, it will lead to fear. In turn, the emotion of fear precipitates a further cascade of brain activity, which triggers a fight or flight response.
When receiving signals from sensory organs, sensation, memory, thought, and emotion work simultaneously. Like clockwork, when one part is set in motion, the whole system kicks into action. From the Buddhist perspective, true self is non-self, the awareness that the self is made only of non-self elements. The individual being is merely a complex function of the five aggregates. You are not your physical body, not even your mind.
The Buddha's path is a path of understanding. The understanding of our existence. Without fully understanding the five aggregates, we are incapable of destroying suffering.
Created using Powtoon.